Hello, my name is Jonn Randel, and I've been studying natural medicine and wellness all my life, over 50 years. In fact, I'll be 74 this year. So today I want to talk about the relaxation and the fluidity of joints and muscles and ligaments. And I'm going to be drawing from different sources. About three sources. One is the Ayurvedic system from India, which is very old, thousands of years old. And we've developed some powders that are very powerful. The idea of a powder is to just take a scoop, have it taste reasonable, and get a very high potency amount of nutrients that will have significant effects quickly for both prevention and maintenance of muscles, joints, and ligaments. So Ayurveda is an ancient science, and they provided, for example, boswellia, which is also called frankincense. Now the other source is what I call nutraceuticals. And nutraceuticals really started in the 60s with Linus Pauling, things like vitamins, vitamin C, and antioxidants. It's very important to have a high dose of turmeric because that's anti-inflammatory. So the idea of this powder is to combine both the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda, the more modern nutraceuticals, and also Western herbology. So I have a chart here, and for the joint and muscle support powder, with 2,500 milligrams, which is about 5 normal capsules, of a combination of MSM and glucosamine together. And MSM is a sulfur, and the MSM sulfur helps to relax the muscles, tendons, and ligaments. It's a very common ingredient next to potassium, calcium, magnesium, and then MSM. Very common ingredient in the body, and important for relaxation and movement. And we used 1,000 milligrams, which is quite a bit. And then in glucosamine is another sulfur. We personally like MSM a little better, so we use more of it, but glucosamine works with MSM. The two sulfurs work together, so we use a significant amount. This is all per dose, 500 milligrams. And this is your more Western, what we call nutraceutical things that have happened since the 60s and 70s. Now, the other thing we did is we created 1,000 milligram complex of super nutrients, like for example, bamboo silica. And the quality of these extracts is very high because we decided to use extracts, which are about double the cost, 3 to 5 times more effective. For example, bamboo silica is 75% silica, and that has to do with structure. Hyaluronic acid, again, is a Western nutraceutical. Devil's claw, now we're dealing with more Western herbology, not so much the Ayurvedic system, but devil's claw is very well known for muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Now, if you have a really good quality herbal extract, you don't need a lot. So this 1,000 milligram is quite a bit of combination of the bamboo silica, hyaluronic acid, devil's claw. Boswellia frankincense, as I mentioned earlier, is from India. It's from Ayurveda. It's an ancient joint and bone support product. Now, this long name, this funny name here, DL-phenylalanine, is actually a protein. And it helps to minimize any pain from excessive workout. Cat's claw is an overall potentizing herb that works generally. Chondroitin is another sulfate. We talked about the sulfurs earlier, the MSM and glucosamine. And chondroitin, again, works with that. Very few people combine all these sulfurs together. Manganese is a mineral you need very little, but it helps with muscles, bones, and tendons. So what we have here is 1,000 milligram combination, 1,000 milligrams of plant sulfur MSM, that alone will be beneficial. Glucosamine 500. We didn't stop there. We decided to create a foundational base that's good for general wellness as a base for the powder, which involves the turmeric I mentioned, which is an antioxidant, but particularly for pain relief in muscles and joints, it is anti-inflammatory. And anti-inflammatory is very important for muscles, joints, and ligaments. Beet keeps the liver working well, which is your water purification system, because you want to minimize your body of toxins as well, important for muscles, joints, and ligaments. The overall powder, again, 1 scoop a day, is equivalent to about 18 500 milligram capsules. Now, if you've really been suffering with knee pain and joint pain, definitely recommend twice a day. If you're going through a bad week or a football final, playing football or something really aggressive, even 3 times a day. But for most people, most of the time, 1 big scoop is enough.